Hi, dear viewers. Welcome once again to God's Mission channel. Here today we have a lot of exciting things and a lot of new things coming up your way. So here in the studio we have Vijaya with us. Welcome, Vijaya.
Thank you so much, Neha, for inviting me once again. And go ahead, Neha, with your queries.
Okay, Vijaya. Today, uh, tell the viewers about how we can differentiate the voice between God and evil one. Because in the previous videos, you told me God said that, when you pray, I will give you victory. While coming to the evil one, you mentioned that it was saying that I will follow wherever you go. So, how did you differentiate between two and realize which is God and which is evil one? Can you tell the viewers?
Yes, Neha, from childhood, um, we used to pray a lot. As I told you that we used to have a family prayers and reading Bible and worshiping. All those things were regular in our lives. But personally, I never heard God's voice in my life. And as everybody's life in that age, they used to prepare for their careers or for their futures or their planning, something like that. But in my life, what happened is that suddenly a deviation from my normal schedule came into existence. The deviation has gone in such a way that I was completely into some battle where I
Okay.
used to listen two voices simultaneously or sometimes one after the other. Whereas God's voice used to say something about, he always used to talk about battle and victory, and whereas Satan used to say something about negative things to me. So this always used to be in my mind. And one day I used to, I when I used to pray, I heard God's voice, and when I heard God's voice, it was so pleasant, no? Like I went to some other world. I'm not into this world. The feeling was that this world I'm not present, but it took me to some other way. It is totally calm and serene and pleasant, like that. Like, Rani, pray. I'll give you victory. Rani, Rani, I give you victory. Don't get tired. I am with you. So this way I used to listen God's voice. And really in that turmoil also in my life, when I heard God's voice, it used to take me to totally different world, Neha.
Okay.
That was even, I cannot explain it totally, but I feel like, whatever happens in this life, but if you hear God's voice, will forget everything. So that was such a feeling. And and coming to this Satan's voice, it used to be chirpy and cunning. As soon as when you hear only, you'll get something in the heart. Your heart will tremble as if
Okay.
something is going to happen to you, something danger, something is going to attack you. Oh, oh, I'm getting so much scared. Where to run? Where to hide? All such kind of things. Because the voice used to be very chirpy. Like he never used to address me my name, but he used to tell, wherever you go, I'll come and disturb you. So the as soon as I used to listen that voice, like I used to feel like no way to hide. I used to feel in
So it's
such a,
so unpleasant and very uncomfortable, right? When you
exactly
hear
Neha,
something like that.
exactly Neha, exactly Neha. And and that experience uh, uh, made me in a such a way that, oh, this is God's voice, and some strong evil power is also is after me. So the some battle is going on in my life. So this definitely a big battle, and I need to overcome this battle, Neha.
Okay. Then how did you proceed after that? After realizing, the difference between these two things, how did you proceed further?
Then I continuously praying without cease. Now everybody has some time, no, to pray, like
Correct.
before going to the bed for 1 hour, or if they get the time in the afternoons or in the mornings, early morning, they used to pray in that way. But my prayer life has become in a such a way that there was no break in that.
Okay.
Every time I have to pray, sitting, standing, sleeping, walking, every time. So I made an habit that, because the battle required such a prayers, because I did not
Okay.
had anybody's prayers. I did not had anybody big person who was were men of God or women of God. Nobody was with me. Nobody was helping me. Only a single battle.
Okay.
You can imagine, yeah, how much power is required to win this battle. Because when you go to some people also, usually you hear, Neha, that pray for me, no, ma'am, pray for me, no, pray for me, auntie, uncle, remember me in your prayers, uncle. So this type, the one will be associated with some organization, with some church or something like that, where they share the prayer points and all that. But in my situation here, what happened is that there was nobody to help me in prayer. So I was alone battling. And
Okay.
in that situation, now I used to pray in the washroom also, Neha. Can you
Okay.
imagine?
Okay.
So that way my life has become, every way. Because now it is, if I, God showed me that also. God showed me that also. If you're not praying for 1 minute, the attack will come. The attack will take you somewhere. So be in prayer always. Then be in prayer always means, what should I do, Neha? So I made
Mm.
it. I made it. I used to pray in the washroom also. Sleeping, walking, sitting. Every time I used to pray in here.
So that is so heart touching, Vijaya. So, Vijaya, thank you sharing.
Thank you so much, Neha. And have a blessed heavenly life. And love you all with Jesus Dad's love. Thank you.
So, viewers, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And we have more things and new things coming up in our new videos. So, once again, bye bye and see you soon.